Turn the heat all the way on because it is now cold again. It's because winter will not go away. Come on, man. It's cold. I'm not kidding. It's cold out there. It's in the freaking upper 30s. Ow. What are you guys doing in here? How long you been in here? Just chilling out? Okay, whatever you do, man. How are you great and magnificent, wonderful people doing on this magnificent cold day? We're going trucking. Don't worry, we're not just at home. We're actually going to be heading for Oklahoma. But before we head to Oklahoma, we need to stock up the truck. It's out of basically everything in there. All my cleaning supplies are out. Paper towels. We need some grease for the fifth wheel. Should probably grab, yeah, we're going to run down and grab some food at the grocery store while we have the pickup out and just not use the semi this time. First stop is Baumgart's. Next stop, dollar store. Those aisles get tight. Those aisles get very tight in there. It would not be pleasurable if you were like in a wheelchair or something. I don't think you would go there. How are you? Huh? How are you, you beautiful puppy, you? I was in a wheelchair for 3 months once in my life. 18 years ago, in June, I got into a trucking accident to where I was the passenger in the truck. Busted my pelvis all up, and I had to sit in a wheelchair for 3 months. I realized real quick, small town Iowa is not built around wheelchair accessible areas. Like Baumgart's, can't go in Baumgart's. Dollar store, you can't go in Dollar Store. Dollar Store wasn't here, but a lot of the other stores you can't go into. You could still go into the restaurants. Grocery store. Let's run up to a grocery store, grab a few things for the truck. We don't need a whole lot because there's actually some food left over in there from last week. But we'll grab a couple things. Oh yeah, and earlier when I said it was in the 30s, no, it's 48 degrees out. It just feels like it's in its 30s. It feels very chilly out. One more stop on our way out of town. It's been long enough, dude. I ordered those glasses over a week ago. They gotta be in by now. These are just readers. By the way, I broke my glasses. I ordered some new ones. Readers only work for reading. They don't work for driving down the highway. One more week. I know some of you were very worried on if the wind was blowing or not today. Don't worry. It is. It's supposed to be a shiny hiney. It's just a dirty shiny hiney. Looks like a little bit of an older one. Seal is good. Tires look like they have air to you. Alright, we're good then. £42,000 of pork trim, special blend. It's going down to the bacon plant down there in Eden. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's where it's going, I think. Unless they change their name. The name doesn't look familiar, but I don't think there's too many places to go to down there in Eden, Oklahoma. Oh, and about like normal pork load out of the pork plant here in the town. Insane heavy on the front. One of these days, packing plants will learn how to load a trailer. Kurt's life will get a lot easier. That or he'll just quit pulling these, and he gets to decide how his trailer is loaded. Alright, I'm going to cover a couple things really fast. You guys see that my shifter is not covered right now. Here, let me show you something. There, it is covered now. There is nothing wrong with the shifter. I guess I just kind of forgot to point that out to everybody. Every once in a while I will throw a towel over my shifter because I just like for a different feel. It has absolutely nothing to do with any performance, nothing. It's just strictly a 100% different feel. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh crap, I gotta throw these in there. I gotta throw these in the I gotta throw these in the mailbox quick. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to slide our tandems. We'll do it when we stop down and get fuel. That's just too much weight to be putting on the truck when you don't have a whole lot of weight to start with. 42,000 pounds. If it was moved around, I'm not going to talk about it. Alright, second thing. Other than that big belly there, some of you were saying, well, Kurt, your back wouldn't hurt if you put air in your seat. Quit trying to be super cool. Alright, well, I'm going to tell you right now, not putting air in your seat and putting it all the way to the back, I don't see the cool factor in that. I guess I don't see how that's just cool. It's comfortable, okay? For one thing, I don't know how you guys have air in your seats, because when you're going down the road, you're just going like this. Your whole body is just going like this right here. You're floating up and down on a cloud. I get sick. I tried it once. In all my trucking career, I tried it once. And I got sick. I get seasick. It's just it's not cool, man. I don't like having air in the seat. You can't feel anything in the wise of your truck. If there's a vibration, you can't feel it when there's air in the seat. If there's a tire that's not right, you can't feel it. If there's the engine, you dumb son of a... rides my butt like he's in a mad-ass hurry to get out of here, so I pull off to let him out of here. Then he just pulls over. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. We're going to drive about 35 miles, put some fuel in the truck, and I will explain to you why I do not have air in my seat. Oh, and I have a tall shifter. Alright, I'm sorry. I was whining a lot. It's been about 2, maybe 3 days since I've taken my crazy pills. Those crazy pills usually help me out quite a bit. Sometimes I'm just in a whining mood to where crazy pills don't even help. But I need to take those because I don't want to yell or be sarcastic or hate people or have road rage or make it to where I can go into a public setting and not go nuts. They're crazy pills. Alright, got our tandem slid. We'll let the trailer fill back up with air. She takes some time to fill back up. Those crazy pills, they keep me from wanting to go up to that young lady that parked her car in the fuel island and got her kid out and went to Subway. They keep me from going in there and being like, what the hell, dude? Why are you parking your car in the fuel island, walking in and eating at Subway? Woo! I know. Alright, so I am tall. I am 6 foot 4 inches. Most of my height is in my torso. I don't have short little stubby legs, but they are shorter than most tall people. I have a very long torso. So when I sit in my seat and there is no air in my seat, my view is the same view as a person with height difficulties has when they put air in their seat. And like I said earlier, I hate the feeling of going like this. I cannot do that feeling. Why is my shifter high? If you will notice, you can't, yeah you can. My shifter is actually shoulder. It's level with this. I don't like reaching down for things, and it would be way down. We're talking, I can't show you. I don't have a cameraman. It'd be another 12 to 13 inches down. So I'd be reaching down like this, even with no air in my seat. Roustabout, he's another tall fella. He rides all the way up. All the way up. His head would be up here almost hitting that ceiling. And he's leaning over actually to reach the shifter on his truck. I don't know how people do that. This world is built around short people already. Why not build your own personal space, your truck, around tall people? And that's what it is. If you want to drive my truck, you got to be tall, because this seat, she don't even take any air. You want to shift it, yeah, shorter difficulty people can still reach the shifter. That's the nice way of telling you why everything is the way it is. I do apologize. I'm going to take those pills right now, and by the time we stop next and I talk to you, I should be in a pretty mellow mood. Does anybody else get extremely nervous when their truck is just running perfect? I mean, perfect. I get nervous. I'm sorry. When my truck's just running great, idling great, smooth down the road, I get real nervous. Real nervous. I got that weight distributed pretty good. A lot of you have caught in a past video of my inside dual rear drive axle, how it's cupping on the inside of that one tire. One tire, no other tires. And that just happens to be, that is the one tire that does not have anything to do with anything being balanced. There's no balance beads in it, or equal, whatever you would call it. I did not spin balance it. There's no centromatics on that axle. When I got my, I had a hole in that tire. When I got it repaired, the gentleman before didn't put anything in it to balance it. And I'm like, well, I'll make it work. And well, you can see, well, you can't see, but I'll show you maybe. That is the one tire that is wearing different than the rest. Get those tires balanced, boys. We're just outside of Purcellville, Iowa, or just off of the exit 10 off of Interstate 29. Purcellville, Iowa is actually a couple miles that way, but we've always just called it Purcellville. We usually always stop on the other side of this little gazebo thing, and that's where you guys have seen us in the past. This here is an old Iowa visitor center, and I think after the floods came through here, I do not think they reopened it. I'm betting before the flood actually came in, one of the many floods this place has taken, I am betting all of this outside of here, I'm betting it was all full of water, and it's all silted in, of course, when the flood came in. Because the way this thing is set up, it's pretty cool. You'd be standing out here and there'd be water all around you, would be the goal, I'm assuming. It's actually a little bit worse on the bottom side of the tire, but right where that's at, it wasn't that bad. That's the only tire, and that's where my shake is coming from. If you missed it, I've had a shake for a while. That tire right there is exactly where it came from. Some of you had to work pretty hard to find that. There's only maybe 4 or 5 of you that seen that when I put the camera on the back of the truck. I think there was maybe 4 or 5 comments that seen that. Nothing like the shifter cover. I put the shifter cover on. There's probably over 100 of you that were asking about that thing. There's a few of you with a really keen eye, and you caught that. Oh, by the way, we are not going to a bacon plant. I was super excited. I thought for sure we were going to a bacon plant. I got my hopes all up because I love going to them. I would have went to the wrong city. I really would have. I was fully prepared to go to a completely different city in Oklahoma. I'm like, oh, Enid? Yeah, we've been there. Yeah, or go there. The name sounds 100% familiar. Enid. I cannot remember going there. I pulled it up on the GPS, and the name of the plant that I have on the paper is not the name of where the GPS is going. So I gave the travel agent a call, and I said, hey man, different names. He goes, yep, you're going to the right place. Just go to the place that the GPS told you to. I'm like, oh, okay. We're taking pork trim. Usually bacon plants would be pork bellies. We're going to a big packing plant. I do not like going to large packing plants because, well, they don't like Opie on their property. Well, they don't like Opie out of the truck on their property, and they can take days to unload you. I've never had that, no, but they can take multiple hours to unload you. Maybe we will get lucky and it won't take multiple hours, but just to let you guys know, we're going to Enid, Oklahoma to a packing plant, not to a bacon plant. It made me sad. But what makes me happy is I can flip over and turn on the air conditioning. We are warming up bigger than life, and we are going with the wind, so that is even a bigger plus. This right here is what you would call a YouTube stop. We went through a swarm of something along Highway 75 here in Kansas, completely coated the windshield in yellow guts. I mean, just coated it. So we really needed to stop here, clean that windshield off if I was going to do any more recording out the windshield. So we're calling it a YouTube stop. The benefit of this YouTube stop, we've never been here during daytime hours, at least in a long, long time. So we're gonna stop and get us some A&W for you guys, because it's a YouTube stop. Yes, that is a very large root beer float, and I am very happy to get that. But you will recognize there are two bags in my hand. I had to go back in. I got halfway out and I had realized we may not be at Mickey D's, but if I get back in that truck with a double cheeseburger with bacon on it and I don't have a plain cheeseburger for the German, bad things are going to happen to me. His negotiations are not pretty. His negotiations are not pretty at all. Now you need to make sure you take your time eating this cheeseburger. There is a lot more meat on it than what you're used to. It's just a single plain cheeseburger, but you need to remember this is from A&W. This is not from McDonald's. We've been down the McDonald's route. Yes, get your butt back on the bed. There you go, you're in position there. All right, ready? There you go. Take your time, deep breath in. There we go, nice and slow. You know, that's another question I get asked quite a bit is, Schmidt, why don't you use your Jakes anymore? Well, there was no more before. You guys just got used to me traveling out east all the time, out to North Carolina and such. That's where we always used our Jakes. I really don't have any hills around my neck of the woods that I run anymore to use Jake's. And then on top of that, I do a lot of coasting in. You get so far from the on-ramp, just slide her over, put it in neutral, and just let her coast in. Saves fuel. Probably shouldn't do that, so don't listen to me. You gotta go potty? Okay. We are in Flint Hills, Kansas, right off the turnpike here. It's really, the Flint Hills have their own beauty. They're not like, oh, they're so beautiful, and they're not like, oh, it's all flat. They're like, it's kind of cool. I can see that. That's kind of cool. But then you can look over here and look at the mountains. I mean, the clouds. And the clouds almost make it look like there's mountains in the background, like tall mountains. That's pretty cool. Plus, how many times can you pull over on a on-ramp that says scenic view and it's gravel? That's pretty cool. Eventually he's going to realize I'm down here and he's going to come a-running. I don't think he's going to come a-running. Welcome to Oklahoma. Well, that is sad. I had my hopes up. I was pulling into here and I was thinking, cool, this is the place I thought it was. I went into the nice lady inside that nice little guard shack. She goes, we talked for a little bit, and she goes, well, unfortunately you're in the wrong place. You must go down one more entrance. I'm like, really? Can't I just stay here? Pretty please? She goes, nope, you gotta go to the next one. So we're gonna take another crack at it. I don't want to go down here. Well, that's always great when you get greeted. What the hell are you doing here so early? I read online, sir, that you had overnight parking. Nah, we don't have overnight parking, he says. Reverse it is. Other than his blunt, what the hell are you doing here so early? He did end up being a pretty nice guy. He told me about a back road that I could go hide on. Says it's a brand new road. Has a little cul-de-sac on the end of it. You can turn around plenty big. I think he underestimates what I need to turn the W900 around. It's alright. Calm, dark street. We're just gonna back about a half mile up till we get to the end of it. And then there's a street that goes that way that we can jockey around and get ourselves straightened up with the world. They start unloading trucks, they start unloading trucks in 2 hours. So technically I'm not that early. He told me that. Told me that they start unloading trucks in 2 hours. I was gonna say, well, I'm not that early then. I figured I'd better not. Old Roustabout, you guys remember him. He shows up like 12 hours ahead of time to get unloaded at places. I'm not that early. Sometimes you just can't trust Google though. I need to shut you guys off because your light is really bright. And I can't see much right now. You ever heard that phrase, don't judge a book by its cover? I judged a book by its cover. This unload, nothing like what I thought it was going to be. When he told me to go back over to that road, give you a jingle, couple hours, blah blah blah. 2 hours did go by. The time came, they called. I went back there. I'm backing into like this one little spot, and I'm thinking, oh, this isn't gonna be good. This isn't gonna be good. 20 minutes. That was their unload time. 20 minutes in and out the door. So definitely not what I expected. And do not judge a book by its cover, because not all large packing plants are treated the same. We're gonna go find another parking spot where I can finish up my nap, and then we'll get back on the road. I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.